I'm just going to play it like normal. Oh, I have too much stuff. But not enough wood for a chest yet. Oh, insert chest joke here. I'm going to plan to cut down trees that aren't mine. Because that's the nature of trespassing. Oh, I'll eat this dandelion. Here you go. The size of the initial backpack is super small. Oh, another dandelion, which I guess I wouldn't have seen if I hadn't cut down those trees. Oh, but I can't pick it up. Lame. Oh well, at least I have enough wood for my chest now. Ah ha ha, insert chest joke here. I'm going to sell this stuff. But I'll hold on to the wood and stuff because I'll need that. I'm going to sell this flour. It's 11 in the morning and I'm already like down to a third of my original energy. The pack is way too small, and the other thing that happens is later on when you have the flowers, and they're all the different colors, you've got like 3 different qualities, you're like, I give up, I quit. Like, while I aesthetically appreciate the different colors of the flowers. Oh, hey, Leah. Oh, you don't know me yet. Hi. Hello, it's nice to meet you. Marriage candidate number 1. Oh, and Marnie. I think that's a pun. You should swing by. Like, because it's a ranch, and ranches are traditionally like the swinging, they have names like the swinging bar or whatever. I don't know. I'm just going to go this way and keep foraging because it's the first day. And I don't have a fishing rod yet, and he doesn't show up until like day 3. Oh, here's Haley. I don't think I've ever even seen her down here. Did I meet her? Did that count? I guess it did. Aha. So one time when I was in college, the first time I read this super hippie magazine that I picked up at the coffee shop. And they were like, and if you can find dandelions that haven't been, that you can know haven't been treated with weed eater, you can eat them. So I had this porch outside of my dorm room window, and it was part of the reason I actually lived in the RA room, even though I wasn't the RA. It just worked out like that. And there was this porch out there, and we weren't allowed to go on it, or we weren't supposed to. But I opened up my window and yanked out the screen and crawled out there once to set up a bird feeder. But it was full of dandelions, so I picked the dandelions and I ate them. They aren't that delicious. They're about as delicious as you would imagine they'd be if you, spent a lot of time playing with dandelions when you were a kid. The birds appreciated the seed, and I got revenge on the evil squirrels because there were a lot of squirrels around campus, and they were these crazy squirrels. They were a cross between a red and brown squirrel, and they were like they had sort of a glossy black fur and red eyes, and they just sort of like would jump out at you out of anywhere. Like they would be in the garbage cans getting your food, and you would like toss an apple core in it, and they would leap out of the garbage cans and grab the apple cores and sort of run at you. It was terrifying. So the seed I was using to keep them from stealing all the seed at the feeder was like the hot pepper seed. And so the squirrels would come and get a noseful of it and run away. You made, oh, from the dandelions? Really? That's cool. I might like talk to my jelly making friend and see if she's up for that. My kitchen is too small for any like real jelly project. Like my kitchen is almost too small to cook. We have like this is a great apartment. I have an actual yard out front instead of like another person's apartment or a view like my last apartment where I had a view of the dumpster. But the kitchen is like a little pass-through galley. So like there's a tiny bit of counter and the sink and then a tiny bit more counter on the one side and then the other side it's like fridge, maybe a foot of counter, stove, and that's all it holds. So I don't bake and I don't make jam. Well, it's not. I make cupcakes. That's about it. Haley, are you done with your cake? Can I talk to you now? Oh, you're that new farmer girl or whatever. Oh, I'm Haley. Oh, horrendous clothes. I picked my t-shirt. I worked so hard at picking my t-shirt. T-shirt I love, did you? Oh, well. We're having a local Comic-Con. I live in Kokomo. Well, I don't live. I live near Kokomo, Indiana. I work in Kokomo. And so local Comic-Con is coming up. And one of my students was like, well, I'm going as somebody from Undertale. And I was like, that's really cool. And then I saw like the Stardew Valley cosplays that people were doing. And I'm like, Pam. I want to go as Pam. I got to go find a pink hoodie with like lines on it. And a weird yellow wig. And then I'm going to print out a giant beer and walk around with it. Although, possibly I shouldn't do that because I'm a teacher. And our superintendent is really weird about teachers and alcohol. As in, he tried to fire a teacher who was at a community event and had a beer, and they took her picture and put it in the paper, and I don't think they asked her. She didn't have a choice in the matter. Just because she was in it. Like, she wasn't wearing a work shirt. She didn't have on her school ID. She just was holding the beer in the picture. Fortunately, the union stopped him. But ever since then, we've all been really careful. I think Pam is the funniest. Also, I sort of secretly dream of someday living in a trailer. That sounds terrible, but awesome. Alright, I'm going to bed after I dump these onions. Like, I might even just sort of, my hair's a little shorter. Like, it's super short. Like, my last haircut, I could have totally gotten to look like Pam. I'll have to go find a wig. Last random seed. Alright, I'm out of energy. This seems like giving up. Oh well. The only thing about like buying a Pam sweatshirt is that I am always super hot and super warm. I would never wear any sweatshirt ever. So it would be like a one-use thing. Like, there's my Pam costume sweater. My students are like nuts. When they come into my room, they're like, it's freezing. And I'm like, no, it's the perfect temperature. Yeah, I can totally afford that with my vast resources. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about it. Part of it is that I am a plus size girl. And like there's a lot of hate on the internet for plus size cosplayers, and I just don't know that I can deal. Although probably I could. I mean, the other thing is that costume pieces are, hard to find when you're big, but I'm less big than I was. I've lost 15 pounds since, I don't know, like mid-August. So, and that's going well. So entirely possible that in another year or so I'll be comfortable doing it. Let's go see. Oh, we already said hi to Harvey. Oh, nope. I'm too early. Oh, it's the birthday calendar. And the flower. I love just walking into people's houses. It's the best part of the whole RPG experience. Once upon a time, I was playing a tabletop Mage the Ascension game, and we designed a character who was really out of touch with reality and thought he was a character in an RPG, and he would just walk into people's houses and go to their fridge and start eating their cake. It didn't last very long. It was not a long-lasting concept in any way. For some reason, I really like Evelyn. Like, I like George too. All right. Gus isn't open yet. Let's go over this way. Nothing here to forage. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. No one's around, and there's nothing in it. I think it's kind of weird that like people get mad at you for going in their garbage, but you own recycling machines. Okay, I will totally let you know. I feel like this book that's floating here is kind of a glitch. Like later on, books float because you put them in and haven't read them. All right. Oh. Hi, Penny. Like, why did you come behind my counter? I worked at a restaurant, and if someone had come behind the counter to talk to me, that would have been bizarre. Oh, Jojo Mart. I love how you like your character. Your character has no reaction to going into a store owned by the company that you quit. Yeah, Morris, you're evil. Your transition, a joyous experience. Like, that sounds like joining a cult, not like buying a membership at the co-op. For a fee. Mayor Lewis promised us that if anyone else joined up, he'd let us turn that old community center into a JoJo warehouse. I do love his, like, he would be a really fun character to cosplay. Like, and that's actually sort of what my hair looks like, but wrong color. No, thank you. No. One of these days I am going to do it. Like, just play a game where I run it through that way, but not today. You know, he never's interested in talking. Even after I bought him like 12 beers, that guy doesn't want to talk. All right, I bet you. Let's go see if Pam's in her trailer to say hello to. Hi, Pam. Oh, to the beach. I guess he's back. Your grandpa used to complain about the rickety old bed.